The garden doesn't offer a petal or a bloom. It grows a heavy iron for the corners of the room. I've been sifting through the sediment, the ballast and the grit, trying to find the angle where the jagged pieces fit. The mercury is rising in the copper of the vein, a liquid translation of the thunder and the rain. I used to chase the radius, the circle and the flight, but the geometry has shifted in the hollow of the night. The floorboards have a thrumming, a pulse beneath the pine, a secret choreography that's intertwined with mine. The horizon is a debt that I've decided not to pay. I'm burying the compass in the red and heavy clay. Oh, it's the architecture of the marrow and the bone, building up a kingdom out of everything unknown. I'm trading in the velocity for the gravity of the deep, for the promises the limestone and the steady rafters keep. It isn't in the motion or the outbound hollow track, it's the anchor in the center that refuses to go back. I'm the master of the stand, I'm the guardian of the weight. The clock is just a valve pumping minutes through the wall, counting every shadow that has learned how to crawl. I found a tiny frequency, a spark inside the tall, a little ghost of symmetry that saved me from the fall. My father was a drifter with a suitcase made of glass, watching every holy thing and every witness pass. But I'm mending every fracture with a silver white thread to house the living spirit in the places of the dead. Yeah, the floorboards have a thrumming, a pulse beneath the pine, a secret choreography that's finally mine. The horizon is a debt that I've decided not to pay. I'm burying the compass in the red and heavy clay. Maybe freedom is a desert where the water doesn't know which way the bitter wind is ever supposed to blow. I'd rather be a prisoner of the phosphor and the heat than a point upon the map of a permanent defeat. I'm locking every shutter, I'm swallowing the key to see the only version that was always meant to be. The roots are in the kitchen, the thrumming is in the hall. I'm the master of the staying, the truest one of all. Listen to the limestone, listen to the grave. The walls are mapped in rigid vectors now, a geometry of chalk and copper wire. He calculates the sweat upon his brow, while the sector sleeps in cold electric fire. Lungs like abacuses clicking in the chest. He refuses every garden of scripted smiles, trading the comfort of the cushioned rest for the mathematics of the lonely miles. They say it's unbust like a chassis in the rain, a low-frequency oscillation of the bone. The logic is a needle in the vein, developing a language of its own. Oh, it's the tungsten hum beneath the skin, the 0 point where the real things begin. Not a whisper, not a shadow, not a plea, just the frequency of the absolute degree. He's the error in the binary design, the decimal that won't stay in the line. In the mid-emerged vacuum of the north, he's calling the final variable forth. The sensors blink in rhythmic green disdain, demanding the polite's unfettered breath. But he answers with the constants of the grain and the calculus of gravity and death. Circuit diagrams are growing under nails, while the neighbors complain about the noise. He's measuring the weight of the invisible scales and the hollow resonance of their plastic joys. Yeah, he's almost like a chassis in the rain, a low-frequency oscillation of the marrow. The logic is a needle in the brain. The path is getting deep and getting narrow. Maybe the anomaly is the only thing that's true in a city made of glass and polished blue. He's not a ghost, he's a resonator of the stone, tuning the marrow to a pitch he's always known. The hum is not a nuisance, it's a prayer for the oxygen that isn't even there. Keep the books open, let the buzzer sound. He's found the center of the solid ground, constant, universal, absolute. The tungsten hum. The walls are mapped in rigid vectors now, a geometry of chalk and copper wire. He calculates the sweat upon his brow, while the sector sleeps in cold electric fire. Lungs like abacuses clicking in the chest. He refuses every garden of scripted smiles, trading the comfort of the cushioned rest for the mathematics of the lonely miles. They say he's almost like a chassis in the rain, a low-frequency oscillation of the bone. The logic is a needle in the vein, developing a language of its own. Oh, it's the tungsten hum beneath the skin, the 0 point where the real things begin. frequency of the absolute degree. He's the error in the binary design, the decimal that won't stay in the line, in the minimalist vacuum of the norm. He's calling the final variable form. The sensors blink in rhythmic green disdain, demanding a polite synthetic break. But he answers with the constants of the grain and the calculus of gravity and death. Circuit diagrams are growing under nails, while the neighbors complain about the noise. He's measuring the weight of the invisible scales and the hollow resonance of their plastic joys. Yeah, he sumbers like a chassis in the rain, a low frequency oscillation of the marrow. The logic is a needle in the brain. The path is getting deep and getting narrow. Maybe the anomaly is the only thing that's true in a city made of glass and polished blue. He's not a ghost, he's a rasoneer of the stone, tuning the marrow to a pitch he's always known. The hum is not a nuisance, it's a prayer for the oxygen that isn't even there. Keep the books open, let the buzzer sound. He's found the center of the solid ground. Constance, universal. I'm the curator of the level, the polisher of the stone, smoothing out the vital residue and the texture of the bone. The committee is grading the grid in the eye, erasing the wherefore and the how and the why. No iron is needed, no physical friction to handle the rhythm of a person's conviction, just a systematic filing of the jagged and the deep, until the vitrified surface is a promise we keep. The ledgers are dripping with mercury ink, measuring the distance between what we think and the cold, heavy weight of the bureaucratic law, removing the edges and the grain and the flaw. Oh, it's the geometry of the eraser, the logic of the flat. We don't need a jury or a gavel for that. It's a quiet invalidation, a removal and a name, turning the identity into a uniform frame. We grind on the mountains to a handful of sand to build a more predictable and level kind of land. The vitrified surface is the price of the stay. He had a frequency that stuttered, a radio of zinc, tuning into variables that made the sensors blink. So we drained out the vitality and we poured in the lead until the unbridled logic in the marrow was dead. Invalidation is a heavy white salt, bringing the oscillation to a permanent until no original thought can get in.